What's up, guys? So I just need to make a video real quick. And so I had a dream last night, and basically I kind of just woke up and I felt like God is telling me to write it down. So I wrote it down. I'm really just gonna read this to you. I'm not a storyteller, and I'm not here to entertain anybody at all. But I am definitely, and don't look at me like some kind of somebody that thinks they're a prophet. I don't expect anything out of this other than just some awareness. So if it brings awareness to even one person, it's awesome. If it brings it to 1,000 people, it's even better. So but anyway, I'm just going to get started. Essentially, I'm just reading it off of my screen the way that I set it up. So that way I'd kind of stay on track. So here we go. I'll just give you a little bit of background. Like I was, when I was 17, I'm 39 now, but I joined the U.S. Army then, and I've been in combat and stuff before, so I'm not against it. I'm not against combat. I understand we need to fight against evil and things like that, but I'll tell you something, I don't think that we've done that for a while. It's been about money. They brought us to the Twin Towers I graduated in 05, and I shipped out in 2006, and went to Afghanistan and Kabul, and I did quick reaction teams and things like that over there. So, you know, for a year and a half, and I was the lead of our quick reaction team. So for me to talk about, I don't think that we should be in the middle of this, kind of crazy, because most of my adult life was that kind of stuff. So I'll just give you a simple rundown. I'm gonna read this to you and take what you need out of it. Leave the rest, whatever. All right. So March 23, 2026. I had multiple dreams. I've had multiple dreams for nights now, but last night I slept until about 4 a.m. and woke up. I woke up and I remember that Jesus used to leave and go by himself between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. to speak to his Father, our Creator. I've got some notes in here, but once I get to the actual story of it, that's one of those notes. It's like, I woke up at 4. I fell back asleep at 6, and so I was up for a couple hours, and I just was thankful that I had slept already. Like I had slept from midnight to 4. Not great, but like at least you got some sleep and things like that. So I fell back asleep from 6 to, which is really odd because I haven't been able to do that. If I'm up at 4, 5, or 6, I'm up and that's it. But I asked God, I was like, man, I'd really like to get some more sleep. Like I got a lot going on today, and I'd like to be a little bit fresh for it. So, and before I get into that stuff, I need to make this. This is the other stuff I've got going on is extremely, I need to be doing, but this is more important. So, you know what? I'm gonna just go off of the dream. I wrote all of this stuff. If I need to use it, I will. It's written in a full story format, and if somebody wants it, I could send it to them. I really don't care. Let's keep it simple. So I fell back asleep around 6, and then I think that's when all those dreams kind of started to happen in the next 2 or 3 hours, 2.5 hours maybe, I don't know. But what I basically saw was this. I saw like platoons of soldiers coming from this side, right? From the left side. And I'm just watching platoons of soldiers. And they look like they're dressed like we would have been, like in BDUs or ACUs or, Army and Marine type stuff. But we had swords in this dream I had last night. We had swords. So then there's a whole bunch of platoons coming from the right, and they're just as many. And it's just, man, as soon as this, essentially we're head to head, and we're with swords, and we're just slaughtering each other. I mean, an absolute slaughter. Like, I've been in combat with some of the ballsiest dudes, but super intelligent. You know, these are not like throwaway people, like the way that, you know, the way that our politicians treat us. They act like it's cattle and it's a game, but they've never been in the game and they don't understand how things work really. And I really hope that everybody wakes up to that, like, quick, because your kids are going to go over there and they're going to die for what? It's not one of those things where we need to, a big part of, like, being a soldier and a Marine and an Air Force person and a Navy person and even Coast Guard that's down there. I know we joke about it, but I appreciate everybody that would sign the paperwork to go do that stuff, to keep everyone safe, that does care, or they're trying to get a better life together. At the end of the day, killing is going to happen. It's just part of it. And I don't know, a lot of us probably didn't get in for that, but that's the way it is. So anyway, I'm watching these platoons in my dream just flooding in from this side, and we're just head to head, and we're just killing each other. I mean, everybody's just getting murdered. It's a bloodbath nightmare, and that's what I'm watching in my dream, you know? And I think I could move my chair up just a little bit so I'm not like too low, because I've got it on the ground. Somebody moves my stuff in my office, which is just my office. We built it actually for podcasts, and I just started making videos with my phone. It's like, I felt like God told me to start making videos and do these things. See, this is why I make notes so I don't get off track. But, so I'm just starting to realize, like, we're killing each other for no reason, and it's not stopping. There's no stopping it. Nobody, if anything, you know, we get it in our mind, we're like, you're gonna die or you're gonna kill them. I mean, that's war. That's warfare. That's how it's gonna be. You're not gonna change that. That's the way it needs to be, because when there is war, and there needs to be war sometimes to fight evil, this is evil bled onto us from both sides. I feel like neither side should have been there at all, and the ones that are calling for it aren't, you know, they're not there. Come on, you know, their kids aren't going to be there. They ain't worried about you. So I realized something. I was like, guys, we need to run. We need to get out of here. Essentially, God's been telling me to run from whatever it is. If you're running from addictions, or, you know, whatever it is, stay away from it. And if you realize, like, anything that's going wrong in your life that you've done for years that you need to stop, do that. Get away from it. So that's what I realized in the middle of this combat thing. I mean, I was, you know, there was no winning it. So I'm like, guys, you got to get out of here. Let's go. Let's get the hell out of here, because no one cares. You're going to go up there, you're going to die, and you're going to be forgotten right away. I promise you. At least by everyone down here. This war isn't right. Something's not right here. And so there were some that were like, we have no business here. None of us, I said, we could go over there and just get it over with, you know, kill as many as we can and then die, or we don't need to be here. And that was where I came down to. It was like, this is real though. If you've been in combat versus if you haven't, man, I pray you never are. I pray that we don't have that come here. And that's what also I want you guys to pray that it doesn't. And pray for the guys that are over there right now, because it's a nightmare, dude. Every second is possibly you're going to die. You get used to it. So I'm not going to sit here and say you're going to, like, whine and cry about it the whole time. No, you're going to get over it and you're going to deal with it. And if you make it, great. And if you don't, you know, it is what it is. When you're in combat that long, especially, man, it does something to you. It also gives you a different look out on life. But so anyway, I'm telling these guys, like, hey, we need to get out of here. And none of them had really been there, so they didn't really know what they didn't know what to do. They're just like, go up there and get killed. Go up there and get killed. That's all we're seeing. But it's happening on both sides, so it's not like someone's winning. No one's winning this. You know, like this thing that man created, it's not. It's a war against principalities. The only way you're going to win is with God. That's my point. You're only going to win with God and get away from it. So anyway, long story short, we get away from it. We start maybe like one or two persons outside of myself realizes what's going on and gets out of there. But then you got to realize, well, you're going to leave and you got nowhere to go really. So I end up kind of like in a hillside, which this part of the story on is not really me, because I'm the one that would be running to the combat. Like, we were doing quick reaction teams and things like that. So basically, I mean, if anything happened, every other soldier and Marine was hitting freaking barriers and taking cover and safety. And I was running to get with my squad so we could get in the truck that I was the lead driver of. We had 3 quick reaction team trucks, 3 gunners, 3 drivers, team chiefs, a translator, and basically a squad leader and a medic. And then some of us were trained for combat lifesaver stuff in case the medic died. And then obviously, squad leader dies, you know, it's the next guy in charge. Whoever's the next team leader, that's the person that's going to be in charge. This isn't like complicated. This is what we do every day. So me telling you this story, like, why did God choose me to tell this story? I'm the one that would be running in there. If anyone was going to be doing that, it would be me. It's always been. I honestly took a lot of pride in the fact that I would do that. That's exactly what I would do, and I did many times. Shit was blown up and things were happening, and I'm running to the truck like, hell yeah, let's go. But that's not what I'm putting out. That's the opposite of what I'm putting out here. God's very clear. This stuff is demonic. So I'm running into basically the forest. Not really, well, yeah, sort of. I ended up on a hillside, had plenty, like a lot of trees. There was a few houses, and there were a few people getting off of work, you know, like all this war stuff's going on, but other people were kind of living and doing stuff. And there was a woman I ran into somewhere, and she was like, how come you're not out there too? And I was like, man, I just started to realize, like, with discernment, you've got to deal with people. Now you've got to deal with people, and then once they kind of understand you, then you can tell them what's really happening. But you can't just come out and be somebody that just said, this isn't right, because they all think it is, or whatever. But it's not. And so I was like, this isn't a dream. So any of the stuff that comes to you in a dream, it's not necessarily always for you. Sometimes you need to put it out and explain it, but you have to have understanding of what it was. So this is what I come to understand. I had something that I felt like, I was like, oh, my back, something's going on with my back. This isn't a dream. So I'm like, what? You know, like, so and she's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And then there was someone else that I ran into, this one guy, I don't know, maybe like 50s or 60s or something. And he was like, you're back? And he's like, man, he goes, no one should be out there. So here, he felt for me on that. He had no idea what I had been through just now, through the combat stuff, but once he kind of like let all the other stuff go, like, yeah, we should be out there and we should be doing that, but then we start to realize like it's BS. So he's like, yeah, you shouldn't be out there anyway. None of them should be, essentially. And so that was the actual like feeling that people had. But you don't know that. You think that you have got to go, and that's what we're gonna look up to and stuff. But looking up to the things that man has created is not, like, that's not what you want to do by any means. And I'll show you around at the end of this video. Like, I'm sitting in my office. It's a beautiful office. It's full of hot rods and cool things, like, you know, taking all this stuff after combat and making it good is like, it's only something the Creator can give you. and I prayed to him every week, not for money. I don't care about money, and I really don't care about material stuff anymore. So me putting these videos out, you know, you would be concerned generally if, you know, they're gonna come for you or something. I don't care. I really don't care. So anyway, so I told him about the back thing, and in this dream, and I guess that's kind of when I woke up. I started to realize like it was time to, I don't know, God kind of woke me up, and he says start writing. So I essentially wrote everything that I just said. I just repeated it. So it's a little storytelling easier for you guys to listen to anyway, instead of me just reading something. But what I realized was something like this. The back thing, I was like, God, I don't understand the back thing. What's that about? And he told me, maybe you don't, but maybe someone else will. Like, what about the families that have kids or other family members that do have medical issues? Maybe they do have a back problem, but maybe they can't hear. Maybe it's simple like that. They can't hear, and they're afraid that something's going to be coming after them, and they can't yell at that person and say, "Hey, come here, get out of here," whatever. You know, or maybe they're missing a foot. People are missing appendages. You heard me. I think that was like you know what I mean. Insert problem. A lot of us don't even think about the fact that we're so fortunate to. Maybe we're tired or we don't feel great. Yeah, man, I complain about all that stuff too. Trust me, I do, and I will, and I will. But I'm gonna try not to. That's my thing. Is gratitude is gonna pull you through all of the things. But I just want you guys to understand this: that if there is somebody out there that is concerned about those things, like getting off of anything that you're addicted to, would be a great time right now, but be smart about it. Whatever it is, medications, anything that you personally depend on other than God, I need you to really look at those things, because if something does happen, do you want to be dependent on anything other than God? And I'm going to tell you, you don't. You know, I've been through all that stuff, I'll be honest with you, and I took medications for years, and in the last month or so I thought, you know what, I can't depend on things, and it's going to get me, you know, if something happens, because I won't be able to operate, and then everyone around me that depends on me to have it together, I wouldn't. So if it kicks off today, baby, let's go. Like I'm not excited, I don't want it, and if it comes here, that's different. If it comes to you. But I gotta say, man, I feel like being a combat veteran and have been through those things, I would say don't go, man. I'm not, you know, this is one of those deals where they used to throw it at all the veterans' faces from Vietnam. If you didn't go, you were, you know, you were against the government. And you know what? Maybe they should have been, dude. Because look, I've got quite a few veteran friends that were in Vietnam and stuff too, and I'm gonna be honest, it ruined them. They may be still alive and they may be pushing along, and a lot of the guys that I was with, they're not here anymore either, because they weren't gonna do it anymore or whatever. But so it's sad, and go fight something that is not something you stand behind or for you, just to come back and then deal with demons from it for them. Dude, no way. Watch your families. I don't care. Plain and simple. There's a lot of things to be broken down in this message, but one is get rid of addictions. Two is going to be I don't know that we should be going and fighting wars that are just not ours. You know, and you saw that other Marine guy that came in there at the I don't know what the political thing that they had going on. He said, none of us want to fight in this. We're not here to fight for Israel. We're here to fight for our families and our friends, and we will kill over that all day long, no doubt about it. And I'm with that 100%. That's different. But our political leaders getting with the enemy on taking out countries that just, I don't know, man. No, I do. We all see it, and it's wrong. So, I don't know. God help us. I pray over. I will say this prayer. I will say I do pray that I do pray for the United States. I do pray for each one of us that are here that do say Jesus Christ of Nazareth is our Messiah. He's saved me so many times I can't even explain it. Honestly, I like I can't, dude. I mean, in blatant ways that I was like, I could sit here and tell stories about it, and I will. And don't get me wrong, I'm not generally always this serious. I'm usually joking around, but man, this is all stuff to be serious about. So just take that information in. I'm not preaching to you guys. I'm just telling you what I saw in this dream and what I am seeing. And any of you guys that are in right now and they try to send you over there, I'm going to tell you right now, I wouldn't go. And I have been to those countries. I've been in them. And so I love you guys. I pray over all of us. Keep your heads up. God gave us a sound mind. And we're going to be okay wherever we go, whether we're in the U.S., whether we leave the U.S., whether you're not even in the U.S., whether you're in Iran, I pray that you just find Jesus. It doesn't really matter where you're at, but I do pray that you guys seriously, like, come to him and be like, all of these things that are attacking me are not things I want to deal with anymore. So bring it to him. Be like, I just want like joy and peace and the happiness, all the stuff that he will definitely give you. He'll definitely give you. So that's it, guys. Keep going. You're gonna be fine. We're gonna make it. All right. Just keep praying. I love you guys.